there was a conversation in the kitchen. It was like Melissa. It was like Michelle, Jay, Olivia. It was a lot of the American people and the American Alliance. And the way the camera was working, it looked like Corey was on the couch. And, and they was like, we might be putting
Yeah, I
Corey.
remember.
I was like, what room are they in? What room are they in? Because it looked like they talking and Corey's sitting there watching it.
Exactly.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode of the Challenge 39. We missed you last week. It was holiday break, but we are back for this week. And we're gonna get right into it, coming back from Big T winning her.
Before we go into this week's episode, I do want to touch on last week real quick because I'm convinced that Kaz did not try in that elimination. She did it.
I was like, come on, Kaz, please. And well, not please, because I like Big T. So I wasn't upset that she won at all. I just didn't want Kaz to because the vets are coming in. I was like, I don't want you to be the one to like lose for the vets. You know what I mean? And
I think she saw that it was
I was
UK
okay
people.
either way. Huh?
Yeah, I think she saw that it was 2 UK people. It was like, I'm not gonna win.
They her
back
friends.
home. Yeah. And then also, not the recent Horacio speaking Spanish to each other during the challenge.
I know.
I was like, power couple, hearts out. But let's get into this episode.
But yeah, so we're coming back from Big T winning the elimination against Kaz, and I just don't like the isolation feeling that the other people are doing, even if you don't really.
Say that too. I did not like that. It was a couple of spots in this episode where I was just like, I don't like what's going on. This episode really left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, even if you don't mess with them like that, you don't mess with them for like alliance reason and not personal reasons. So when you're in the house, I feel like you should still be able to be regular. You know what I mean? Be co-mingle, because it's not like y'all have beef. It's just a certain alliance, which understandable. But y'all should be cool on like personal level. And so when they come in house, they won elimination, saved you $10,000. I need a congratulations. Like, like they walking ahead of everybody else, and everybody else lollygagging behind. Like, oh man, we didn't get Big T out. Like, what's happening?
So we do see a scene where Callum and Eman is having a conversation about Horacio, and this is where it really, because I'm a Horacio stan. That's my number one guy. And I was just like, they was talking about he's being hesitant, like we don't really know where he stands. He's not making any decisions. And I was like, why are y'all putting that pressure on him? Like,
well, okay. So again, I love Horacio as well, but everybody has this same outlook on him as far as these people in this house. So it wasn't just them that said that. Kylan said it, Eman said it,
though. Yeah.
Everybody has said Horacio is very hesitant to make decisions. He was like very like open to people like saying it first, and then he'll say like
I just don't like that. Y'all know that's not in his character. Like y'all literally know this man is literally a walking little baby boy of sunshine and innocence. Like he plays a fair game. He plays with honor.
No, I agree, and I don't think he want to get blood on his hands.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't kiss. Like, what do y'all want this man to be? Like, y'all can't. I agree.
He don't want to get blood on his hands, but I personally don't think it's getting blood on your hands when you're in an alliance. It's a known alliance at this point. It's not a secret alliance. So if I vote for somebody who's not in my alliance, I don't think it gets blood on my hands because you're not in my alliance. So
yeah, but I just feel like it's one thing. I feel like he's going with I just don't understand basically why they need him to like make a decision where it's not his place to make a decision. This episode a little bit different, but like y'all don't need him to be a voice. Y'all still have the numbers regardless. Long as he plays his part, that's all y'all should be happy about.
I guess they just wanted him to specifically say it. Like you said, it didn't really need to be said, but I think they want him to specifically say it. And a couple people have said that, but it's never mind to me because I like Horacio and it's too many people on the American side, and so I'm not necessarily rooting for them right now.
all the people that's questioning Horatio are doing questionable things to begin with.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my allegiances can switch based off who is doing too much. And I love the Americans and I love the UK people. So I'm not on either side, but at this point in the game, I just want the UK to have a few wins just because they're so outnumbered.
We also see within that scene, Callum and Eman are talking about and why are they playing this game, and basically how it's a sweet moment how they are doing this for their mothers and kind of want to repay them for all the stuff, the same old we hear every season, but repay their mothers for all the sacrifices they made and all that jazz. Real cute, and
Yeah.
Eman said he want to retire his mother because she was working a 9 to 5 and only getting paid €40. And Callum was looking like, I get what you're saying, but I don't understand what 40 euros is. I don't think they get paid euros in the UK, but yeah, he looked a little lost. He just understood that she was getting a penny, basically.
Liking that much. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good moment to show us more of E-Man. I'm always paying attention to who getting the spotlight.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening here?
So we can get straight into the challenge. It is called Working the Angles. Basically, it will be played in 5 teams of 3 and 1 team of 4. So a total of 6 teams with 1 team competing at a time. Teams will be on a large pyramid suspended over the water, which has a puzzle key on one end, and then on the other one is blank. Basically, they must work together to recreate the key using the puzzle pieces on the second pyramid and swinging on a rope to get there and all that. Josh and the team with the fastest times wins.
I was very surprised that nobody fell off that pyramid because the part where like
I think they was too close together.
Yeah, the people that was placing it, I thought they were like, there's no ledge. I guess their foot goes into the little handhold things, and I was expecting somebody to fall, but nobody fell. Good on them because I would have fell. But I thought it was a easy challenge, but it's all up to the people on that's calling it out. I feel like that.
We did see some blunderings. I believe that
Berna is the only one I saw.
Yeah, Berna, but it was the first team too. They were calling it right to left, and I think they was placing it in the reverse on the underside. When it was James's turn, he was a little triggered because in his original season on the UK, he got hurt in a similar challenge where his eyes were like, protruding, and it was a whole situation. So he didn't want the same thing to happen.
The water challenges could be treacherous.
Yeah. Mariah also decided not to do the challenge because she didn't want to hurt her nose job. But I don't understand why her and Nurys didn't switch and just let Mariah do the calling out and then Nurys swing over to the other one, because it sounded like they wanted 3 people on the other side, and if Mariah didn't want to jump over,
they probably should have gone faster. But can you really? I still don't think you could have. I think it would have been more chaos if they had 3 people on that board, because even no matter how many people got on the board, it still wanted me to call it out. So I can still only call out 1 at a time. So you still got to wait. So I don't think that really mattered as far as their time. Even if they had 3 people, they don't have 3 people calling it out, so it doesn't matter. But that, like I said, if they did want that strategy, then Nurys should have went, and Mariah did it since she was scared.
Yeah. And then we get to the last team, or second to last, which was Corey, Berna, and Raven. They are the only ones who decided to do a different strategy where they would simultaneously do the top of the puzzle and the bottom of the puzzle at the same time.
I was so confused when Berna started from the bottom. I was like, what is happening? I didn't know what their strategy was at first.
Yeah, Corey will be like Raven, yours is like blue, Berna, yours is like red, which was stupid because you were rotating trying to look up and down instead of just having them both.
Yeah, that gives more opportunity to mess stuff up, I think.
And as we saw, Berna was also placing the pieces in the wrong situation.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the challenge for the most part. Like we said, it was pretty straightforward. Not too much can go wrong on that end. In the end, Horacio, Big T, and Kylan were the winners.
I was glad.
TJ lets them know they have to choose a male player to go into elimination. And this is where, once again, we see them mentioning Horacio as being hesitant. And what I didn't like is Jay's comment when he was like, I don't know what it is about Horacio. I don't know if he scared to talk or if he just doesn't know what's going on in the game, but he needs to make a decision. And I was just like, clear jets.
You,
Again,
you said no Horacio slander. None.
Because y'all got this other alliance that doesn't even include him in it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw, Horacio was very, very hesitant to say E-Man, or not to say E-Man. He didn't want to say E-Man. And I think had he spoken up like more forcefully, I think Kylan could have been swayed if he would have been more like, no, it ain't gonna be E-Man, it's gonna be Callum or James.
Decide to throw in E-Man to Horacio's disagreements. So we get back to the house. James, Big T, and Melissa have a conversation where they basically talk about they're desperate and they need numbers. So we need to try to get whoever we can. To backtrack a little, during the challenge, Big T was like, Horacio's in my alliance. He just doesn't know it yet. Like,
yeah, so I think I'm probably like, what?
So they're at the club where Melissa and Big T are trying to recruit Ed. We also see Horacio and E-Man have a conversation, kind of squash it. And E-Man says, you know, I forgive you, but I am getting my revenge. And I understand that you're a man of honor and all this sweet stuff, but yeah, you still said my name, so I don't really care about your honor and whatnot.
You know, Melissa and Big T are really trying to make these alliances, you know, so they reach out to, you know, try to make alliances with Ed. And they're like, okay, we're going to be the biker chicks or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we got it. We're the biker chicks. And I was like, what made you think that would be a real thing? And just like I saw, because as soon as they did a confession with him, Ed was like, no. No. And I was like, I truly don't believe Melissa and Big T think that either. I think that was just
there's
no way you believe that.
Like Melissa said in her confessional, we're desperate. We'll ask anybody at this point to be a part of our lives, whether they in it or not. You see Michelle decides to set up a little date for her and Callum. And in my head, I'm like, how can this guy go on a date when he got a girlfriend? Like, where they do that at? And he was like, cheers to the first date. And I'm like, you have a girlfriend. Like, you can't be, yeah. So it was cute or whatever. And, you know, Michelle said he ticks all her boxes. And I still don't understand what boxes he ticks. But production is still playing in her face with this.
One of my problems is, first of all, you want to talk about Corey being a flip-flopper. Callum is ready to dish the UK people. He said, matter of fact, some of the UK people are annoying, actually. So might as well get on to the other side. Basically, I was like, come on, Callum, do not leave your alliance.
But you got to think about it. At this point, it's only him, James, Big T, and Melissa. And at this point, if I was Callum,
you got a whole throne. You got a whole throne.
I would be like, well, and plus you got to think about it. James low-key work with America too. He's in the bed with Mariah, so she's protecting him. So at this point, they just bad buddies with the Americans. It's like, we good over here. So
he's like, really actually, I don't even like y'all for real.
So it's really just Big T and Melissa.
Okay, but doing that then it's really not going to be anybody to kick off. If everybody's in one alliance, then nobody's in a alliance.
We see Corey, E-Man, and Callum having a conversation. Well, really, it was Corey having a conversation with himself, and E-Man behind him laughing in his face, and Callum just looking like, I hear you. But Corey wanted to know essentially what everybody was deciding for nominations, if he heard any names. And yeah, they were just like, my guy, don't waste your breath, cuz.
Don't waste your breath.
Yeah.
She said, don't waste your breath, because we'll definitely be
voting for you. It's already decided. So was Olivia was like, I want a team who's like it was Olivia, Jay, Mariah, and I think Aesop maybe and
Michelle was
Emmanuel.
there too.
And yeah, she was like, yeah, I want a team who's like fierce and loyal and that's gonna put it on the line for me and whatnot. And I was first off, they need to stop this whole unit thing because y'all are not a unit. Like y'all literally have 15 different subdivisions within this alliance. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then Michelle was quick to flip. She was like, well, if my unit don't trust you, I gotta go with
Yeah,
this.
she was like, I don't want to vote Corey, but if everybody else gonna vote him, I was like, what happened to the Ashley, what
Amanda.
is her girl? Huh?
Amanda? Was it Amanda?
Amanda. What happened to the Ashley Amanda relationship? The Johnny Leroy relationship. The I'm never gonna vote you in, no matter what these people say.
I will go in before I vote
I
for
will go
you.
in before I let them vote my sister or my brother in. They don't even have that. They're like, well,
Because Amanda was
your
like,
hand.
because Amanda stood her ground. She's like, I'm not voting.
I'm not
TJ was
going.
like, y'all make a decision or y'all come down here. Amanda was like, let me take the jacket off because I'm not voting for my girl.
Yeah,
And
they don't have that. I mean, not that you have to have that, but geez, y'all vote. They vote quick. Which
so within the House nominations, they like Corey is like.
well, no,
So,
Aesop started off first. Aesop
yeah.
was like, let's get this out here, Corey. I done heard your name. Aesop gonna be on Corey's neck the rest of the show. And I like
Aesop is not stepping up. He's like, I heard your name. So Corey was like, okay, that's cool. Is there anybody else named? Everybody's silent. So he like, so when it's me, it's just one person, but usually we have two names. So what's going on? And then Raven was like, I don't trust you. And then in this point right here, Corey was winning the argument. He was like, so your wishy-washiness is accepted, but when I do it, I'm the bad guy. And then he was like, and that's when he lost. You know what? I'm gonna put the cards on the table.
Yeah, I was like, Corey, don't do that. Don't do that, Corey. It's not gonna help. And he did it.
He's like, I've been lying this whole time. First off, don't start the sentence like that.
Ooh.
So that's strike one. And then two, Melissa and Big T, I've been playing you. That's strike three. And then he goes in to just dig the grave. This was worse than Chauncey. This was worse than Jessica. Talking about I lied, I manipulated, I told you what you wanted to hear so you can give me information so I can go back to my team and tell them everything you told me. I'm not your friend. I'm not your alliance member. Da 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 da.
I keep saying the whole speech.
And I was just like, this is not cute.
He said that, I was just like, and it's so crazy because the brief time we saw Corey on whatever that season was, Double Agents or whatever that one season, Five Lives Allies, whatever that season was, I was like, oh, I want him to have a chance, and I like him. But we saw him very briefly. But this season, I really don't understand what his strategy is. People are like, I'm lying, manipulating, whatever you want to do. They don't do it this way. This way is very. It just doesn't allow anybody to trust you. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was either Big T or Melissa who was just like, one, it hurt. Like, granted, Big T's not the best player. We all know this. We know she's not winning the season. But it still hurt that, she felt like y'all were friends and that you're using her to get this information and it's not helping you at all. Like, you're not getting grace from the Americans.
You're not telling nobody. It's like, you saying I'm doing this to help my alliance. The alliance like, help us with what? What are you talking about?
Like Doree said, if you're gonna do this, at least tell one of us so we got your back. Like,
yeah, tell us. What was the information that you got? What's the information that you was trying to do all this for? And I think another reason why his deceptiveness or manipulation, whatever you want to call it, is not being received well to them and to us, the audience, because this is the challenge, Survivor, Big Brother, all that stuff. It's a game, and people, you always gonna have people that do stuff like that, and it doesn't really. Sometimes it doesn't really. You don't really think too much of it because that's the game is the game, whatever. But the way he's doing is like,
it's just it's not tactful at all.
Like you telling me something, I'm doing this for the game, but afterwards I'm gonna be like, it was part of the game. I'm here for myself and I need this money for me, so I can't really worry about you. Sorry. But he's doing it like, I don't care. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I don't care. Like that's not,
it's very distasteful. It's like,
you see these people like, I
I
really
just
thought you was
bawled
my
my heart
friend.
out. Like we see a flashback to when Big T, I didn't tell my family about this. And he's talking about the chosen family and all this stuff, which is cute. But then now it's like, now are you asking this stuff because now you're trying to use it as a weakness? Again, like Melissa said, there's no benefit in doing this right now. Like you're literally, like she said, look at your team. Like they're not gonna save you. Like, what was the point? Like, it's just Corey, like I
Yeah,
said, like we've been saying all season, he's playing this game all wrong. And I don't think he would ever come back. It will take him a while. I think he needs a couple of
you don't
seasons
think he's
off
gonna come
of
back?
it.
I think they'll definitely invite him back.
But then I feel like he's gonna try to do like this redemption arc and it's not gonna be authentic.
I don't know. People, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Like, because I'm pretty sure if he come back, he's gonna be like, "Oh, the last season I want was on. I didn't really paint a good picture of myself. I want to show people that they can trust me, and I'm not this person." That's literally gonna be his story arc if he ever comes back.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, and then when everybody votes, he's still like unanimously
Yeah, he's like, so
chosen.
there's nobody else you guys want to vote for? No, you made it pretty easy. Again, it don't seem like he was telling any of his team any information. None of them seemed like they have heard this before, or that they like, because like if I was Michelle, I would have been like, yeah, he did come back and tell me that Melissa said she was going to vote for Jay. So he was doing that, but he obviously was not telling them whatever this secret information is he was getting. So it's moot. So you were just listening to like personal vulnerable stories and not really taking it in that moment, just trying to backstab them. So at least the picture that has been painted for us. So I mean,
and then if you wanted to use this whole like I'm a spy, you should have did this last episode when Melissa came to you and was like, "I'm trying to vote out Nerys." That's when you should have went to Nerys and been like, "Look here, this is what Melissa is trying to do as a token of showing y'all that I'm part of the alliance. This is this information or whatever the case may be." Like that's when you like reveal that to everybody else, and then or then it's just something you do before deliberation. You'd be like, all right, you guys, this is what it is. This is what I've been doing. This is why it seems like I'm flip-flopping. Like, I just wanted to, if you're going to try to like convince them to save you, I would have been like this if I was Corey. Before deliberation or nomination, hey guys, I just wanted to pull y'all together because I know it seems like I'm flip-flopping, but in reality, what I've been doing is making sure that it's believable enough that I can garner good graces with the UK so they trust me enough to tell them your plans. So that's why I'm not doing everything that you guys are telling me to do to make it believable. And I wanted to come off authentic. So that's why I kept y'all in the dark. And then they would have been like, okay, that makes sense. Even if they didn't believe it, okay, you did some questions. That's why you voted for ASOP. That's why you did this. Okay, it makes sense now. But you're not even like trying to like come up with a legit like, yeah, it's just
yeah.
So we get into the elimination. We find out that Devin is the selected champion. And TJ this time around lets Devin know that you'll pull the maces, not the maces, the hammers, da 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 da. So they go through the draw. Devin luckily pulls the third item, which is
we
actually a
haven't seen
mace.
before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is a mace, which basically, which we kind of figured, it allows him to select anyone of his choice outside of the winners of said challenge.
Yeah,
So
I didn't like that because the vets. Let's assume the vets do not know these people, and so it's not as like impactful or fun or interesting as you would think it would be if they actually knew them. If it's somebody you come in here with a vendetta against somebody, and it's like, I remember you. Yeah, I'm gonna pick you from 2 challenges ago when you did me wrong. Then sure, but these vets gonna be like, TJ, I don't know who to pick. Know them. You know what I mean? Because like these are fairly new people, so it's not as fun or interesting as it could be if they actually knew them. So I if they were gonna do that, I thought it should have been.
But
I
I
don't know.
wonder if they are looking at the footage because in the
Oh well, maybe
previews or the
yeah.
trailer, we see when Tori comes in, she looks at the crowd and was like, "What are you doing?" or something like that, or in that nature. Of course, it might not be in context until we actually see what's going on, but it sounds like they're coming in with some type of knowledge of what's been going on.
Yeah, okay. Well,
And
yeah,
then
if they know what's happening and who is who, then sure. But from like Devin's like it's people I don't even know up here. Like who do I go with? And so I
yeah,
just
but
think
also, but in that same token, Devin was like, "It's pretty clear the writing's on the wall." And it seemed like he had a good idea of who to select anyway.
I feel like that was random when he picked. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Well, I don't know why he ended up picking. So Devin picks Callum, and I don't know why he ended up picking Callum. Because Michelle didn't she say don't pick him?
The game is called Totally Mental. Players must place 10 crates of miscellaneous items in a line. Then they will have to open it, count the contents of each crate, and then they after they count it, they will have to write the number and then rearrange it from numerical order based on the counts. And the first player to correctly order all 10 crates wins. And this
Yeah,
was actually a pretty good elimination. Devin messes up in the beginning, but it was pretty even.
yeah.
Um, and you could clearly see that everybody wanted Calvin to come back. They counted with him. I would have told them to be like, "Y'all be quiet. I can't count to yourselves, but like,
I can't count it. Yeah, but it was cool. At first I was didn't think Devin was gonna win, but I knew that Callum wasn't gonna get that second when he's called check and they gave him his turn. I knew he wasn't gonna get it because I pressed my screen and it was 7 minutes left. So I was like, oh, we got a bit of time left. So that's up a couple more times before they find the winner. So but Callum,
yeah."
I mean, I think he played well because even him trying to have that piece was smart. I mean, it didn't work, but it was smart.
Um, and then I do think it goes back into like what you said earlier this season, how they won't bring a champion that would lose
Yeah,
besides Cat.
they're not
Yeah,
gonna
they're
bring
not gonna. They knew Devin couldn't do nothing physical, so they had to make it a mental. Like if they
yeah,
bring him in, they had to make it a puzzle. Like
yeah, whatever the game is going to be a game for that champion. They're not going to
besides Cat,
give
that was
Devin
good.
all brawl. Um, and and they're not gonna give something that wouldn't be to that person's strength. So
Yeah,
yeah. So whenever if I don't see something physical, I'm like, oh, I will try to think of the people like who they might bring. And if I saw Hall brawl, I'd be like, oh, CT might be coming, or
yeah,
one of the big guys might be coming. So you never know.
yeah. But in the end, Callum is eliminated. Devin wins.
I
I
didn't
don't
like
know,
it as much because it was we didn't work up to Callum like we would expected Corey or Emmanuel,
but
and
then again, the edit
Callum is
was
such a
very
surprise.
much
I didn't really like that surprise.
the edit was very much Callum focused too,
It
especially with the
was, but
day.
when he didn't get picked either way, I didn't think it could be him. So I really didn't think about that. But Callum, it's okay. They definitely gonna bring Callum back.
All right, so let's get into our fantasy draft. In first place, we have I with 1550 as far as points. I did lose Callum this episode. My big players were Horacio and Michelle and Big T. A lot of kissing, a lot of crying. And plus, Big T and Horacio did win. So I got daily points for them. Nerese gave me some good confessional points. Ed gave me some good confessional points. And then Callum gave me some good confessional points. But as far as comp points, he did not do it for me. In second place, still with his whole team, we have Say with 1349. Again, all his players are there. No real comp points for his team. Eman and Corey were the drivers for confessional, so he's kind of been coasting this episode. But yeah, He's coasting by, but I'm pretty sure all his teams gonna be like dropping like flies eventually. And then in third place with 992
We hold
points,
strong.
we have Gigi. Your big contributors were Melissa and Kylan. Melissa, Kylan getting your daily win. Melissa has some crying, mentioning her kid, and all that jazz. And yeah, Jay and Melissa are kind of the narrators of the season. So you always have confessional points there.
Mm.
But yeah, that's our fantasy draft.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm hoping I don't lose Melissa. I hope her and Big T can hold on, but we'll see. But this week's episode, I don't know, just because Kylan went in, I wasn't expecting him to win in. It felt like kind of like I don't know. It wasn't a boring episode. It wasn't. It's just I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that, so I don't know. But
I think
it was
this episode just left a bad taste in my mouth because I don't like how they're ganging up on Horacio, and I don't like how they're ganging up on Big T. I just don't like the isolation. The isolation is not cute for me, and I just don't like the way Corey is playing this game at all.
Yeah. But he's still in the game, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, please like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below, and we will see you on our next video. Peace.